Since I put out that video on the PSK knife, that little knife it is made for me, I've had a few requests for going over what I carry in my survival kit. That's just a little small personal survival kit I carry with me. I keep it in one of my bags most of the time. If I'm going to go out and about, I throw it in my pocket. It fits real well in the cargo pocket. This is a GI compass case. Pretty easy to find. You can get them on eBay. They're pretty cheap. It has the Alice clip on it. You can hook it on Alice pack. You can hook it on Molly gear. You can hook it on your belt. Pretty handy little deal. And in here I have 1 gallon Ziploc bag. That is for my water procurement. Also in this bag is just a standard survival blanket, Mylar sheet, whatever you want to call it. Very, very handy. We can do a bazillion different uses for this, and I can go over those later. Shelter, reflecting from your fire, signaling, collecting water. I can show you a lot of different things with it. If you want to see it, just holler. This bag, I can use it to get the water out of the creek to put in here. I can use it to store small items that I want to keep separated. I can use it to store bait and stuff like that. So don't throw anything away in your kit, and think the whole thing through. The tin itself, just an Altoids tin. Actually, it's a dollar store one. I put duct tape on both sides of it. I'm going to use those duct tapes to help me with my duct tape to help me with improvised bandages. I can also use it for repairing holes in my survival blanket. It doesn't take up any space, and it's right there. I also seal up my tin with duct tape. I put a little fold it over so it's got a little tab. Couple foot piece, not quite a couple foot, but about 18-inch piece of duct tape. The top of this tin right here, and I can pull back the duct tape a little bit. I polished it. That way I can use it for signaling. I can use it for improvised signaling mirror. So that takes care of one of my needs right off the bat. Mosquitoes are chewing me up. And this little bag is my saw, wire saw, and a small fire steel. Alright, you've seen if you haven't, I have a video on the wire saw and how I use it. Fire steels. Hopefully we all know what's going on with that. If not, we can talk about that sometime. Turley PSK knife. Fishing line. This is about a 10-pound test. Probably about 20 foot of it. Iodine tablets. I rotate these out. I use them to purify my water regularly. That way I can rotate these out with new ones. I've got enough in here to do a gallon of water. So that's enough in a real hot environment to last me probably about 2 days if I'm pushing. Button compass. This little button compass right here is from the 50s. It came out of another survival kit that actually was sewed into the straps of a parachute. Pretty cool. This little piece of duct tape here holds fish hooks, split shot, and needles. Alright. There's split shot, there's needles, hook right there. I tend to use number 10, 12, or 8 hooks. Smaller, I think, is usually better. You can catch a big fish with a small hook, but you can't catch a small fish with a big hook. 100-pound test line. This stuff also has an inner core, sort of like 550 cord does. Right? Shelter building, setting snares, or deadfalls, stuff like that. Snare wire, we've talked about that before. I've got a video on that if you want to see that. Brass snare wire. Pitchwood, fat wood, whatever you want to call it. In a pinch, it's a great way to start a fire. And 2x2 gauze pad, a couple of band-aids, and a piece of aluminum foil. Okay, So that covers my first aid, my sustenance, my water, my knife, my fire starting. It's got pretty much everything that you can get covered in it. That's what I tried to do with it. If you guys have any questions on it, just give me a holler. Someday I would like to do just an overnight, just living out of the personal survival kit. I have to do it in the fall because it's just so brutal hot out here in the summertime. But anyway, maybe get a couple people to do that. It'd be kind of fun. Anyway, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask.